Welcome to Discover Indie Film. I am Jeff Howard, and I have the wonderful Alex Frnka with me. Hey, Alex.
Hi, Jeff.
All right, so we were on Zoom, and by the way, I forgot to give my little disclaimer in your interview episode, which was the episode before this. So if people want to learn all about Alex and your wonderful film Blue Moon and how you got into acting and writing and producing a film, listen to the podcast before this one because we had a honestly really enjoyable talk about you and your work.
Thanks.
This podcast will be you answering the Discover Indie Film 4 questions, as I call them, which is name 3 favorite films, name an underrated film, an overrated film, and a lesser known film to seek out. But I interrupted myself with that because what I was going to say is Alex and I are on Zoom, so hopefully the sound quality is good. You've got a great mic.
Yes.
But there's a micro delay with Zoom that we don't talk over each other when we're talking, and then when you play it back, sometimes there's a little overlap. So my apologies if there's an audio problem or an overlap. I swear to you, I have learned not to interrupt people.
We're doing our best here. We're doing our best.
We really are. So, and by the way, Blue Moon is a superb film that was at Filmvasion Los Angeles in 2022. It took home the Audience Award for Best Short Film Drama. And that was, and it was an honor to show it and be a part of it. And I remember that was like for a genuinely authentic, serious drama, that was also like a really delightful screening for me as a programmer. Because I think, is my memory right? Like, did you and your director Diliana like pull up like 8 people? Like, did we have I love when you have that long line of chairs.
Yeah. We had a lot of people involved in the film, so everybody deserved their recognition.
It was a genuine collaboration. Exactly, yes. Yeah. So people can watch Blue Moon if they go to indiechannel.tv. I'll just leave it at that. Go to, or go to your smart TV and download the app for the Indie Channel. But indiechannel.tv is a safe place to start.
Love it.
All right, now that we've got that out of the way, and people really should watch the film. So, you want to hop in and tell me 3 of your favorite films?
Yes. Okay. So I feel like favorite films are constantly changing for me, kind of depending on what's going on in my life. So what I did was I am going to give you my overall favorite film. I'm going to give you my overall favorite film as like a filmmaker, like the film that I think is a near perfect film. And then I'm going to give you a film that I loved so much, but I don't think I can ever watch again. Okay?
Ooh, compelling. All right.
So my overall favorite film is Legally Blonde. And I'm not afraid to say it, Jeff. That film is wonderful. It is well acted. It is well written. It has comedic moments. And it's a girl power movie. It's empowering. And at the end of the day, it's not a romantic comedy. It's about a woman discovering her worth. And that woman is Reese Witherspoon, and she nails it. I love that movie.
Absolutely. Awesome pick. And I'll add, I have that horrible habit of trying to guess how a sentence is going to end. And when you're saying your 3 types, I thought maybe your third might even be guilty pleasure. But Legally Blonde is not a guilty pleasure because there's nothing to be guilty about because it is such a smart film.
That's right. And actually, the screenplay is literally taught in screenwriting classes because its formula is so on. So there you go.
Yeah, it's structure. The structure of it. Yes. It seems, it feels light and airy but it's actually
silly. Yeah.
Brilliantly. But you need story structure to make it seem effortless.
That's right. Exactly.
All right. Now your second is what you consider technically
a perfect film.
A perfect film.
Parasite.
Ah, sure.
I think that film has everything in it. It is beautifully filmed. It is funny. It is smart. It is scary. I don't know how he does it, but that man is a blessed filmmaker. But I'm going to Google his name because I don't want to say it.
Yeah, I tend to mess it up, Bong Soo-han. But I'll add that one of the things I love most about it, especially when we gave it a second viewing, is it's so fair. I feel like it's very fair culturally that it's not like rich people are bad and poor people are awesome. And it's not
Yes.
poor people are bad and rich people are awesome. It's all human beings are flawed and have good and bad aspects. And how often do you get that in a film where you don't even know
Right.
who to root for because the good guys are sometimes bad and the bad guys are sometimes good?
It's so human. And here, I'm going to have my phone. Oh my God, I don't want a Domino's ad. I'm trying to. Okay, this is how he says his name. So this is. It's important to me when I'm doing my podcast. Bong Joon-ho. Bong Joon-ho. Okay? That's how he says his name. So that's how we're going to say his name because that's his name. And you and I were talking earlier about how it upsets us when people get names wrong. So I didn't want to get his name wrong. But yeah, I think he's just a genius. And I think that is the most interesting type of filmmaking because, look, I definitely watch movies where sometimes I understand the perspective of the filmmaker and I'm like rooting for it, right? Like you do tell stories a certain way because you're trying to get a point across. But when you can just lay it all out there and really ask us the questions and have us consider what is bad, what is good, what is right, what is wrong, I think you're doing something really special, which is why I think it's the perfect movie.
Absolutely. And that's why it stays with you for years.
Yeah, and you can watch that one over and over again, unlike my third favorite movie for me, which I think is so incredibly human, so well written, so well acted. I love the score, the coloring, everything about it. But I don't think I can watch it again because it is Manchester by the Sea. And it just hit me way too hard. And the whole storyline, especially since becoming a parent, Michelle Williams is a phenom in it. But you know, it's one of those movies that stays with you. Like you don't need to watch it again because like it's right there in your head. Like the scene of her and Casey Affleck where they're talking, I can see it in my head. So yeah, those are my three
Yeah,
favorite films.
and confronting painful subjects.
Yeah, which is something I actually like to do,
I
but
was
you
gonna
know,
say it's I can feel I see the connection for
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and authentic and yeah, shot in a I mean
It's
in a
beautiful.
dangerously verite kind of way, I guess.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
beautiful,
got very
beautiful film.
immediate. It was nice that one got the attention it did. I guess that's helped by recognizable names in it, but
Right. Yeah.
yeah. All right, excellent, excellent. All right, well, question number 2 is a film that you feel is underrated.
Okay. It's complicated. All right, that movie is a Nancy Meyers film. It has Meryl Streep in it, Steve Martin, Alec Baldwin, feel about him as you will. Yes. Is it kind of messy and wacky because it's about an older woman who decides to have an affair with her ex-husband who's married? But like life is complicated and it's hilarious, it's heartfelt. And that movie is like 60% on Rotten Tomatoes and like a 6 or a 5 maybe on IMDb. And so I feel like it is extremely underrated. That I put that movie on and I'm having a bad day. That movie makes me feel better. I I think that movie is very underrated.
I agree, and not just because I'm a 45-year devotee of Steve Martin and of course Meryl Streep. We could all watch do anything.
Yes.
I
Yes.
I don't even understand.
Oh, I know. She's just so dynamic. I know.
It's just like we're so lucky to be on the planet where she.
Yeah.
We're lucky to share a universe with her. I think is the joke I'm supposed to tell. And yeah, very cool and an honest female perspective from
Yes.
Nancy Meyers, right?
Yes.
Who's I'm just gonna say whose ex-husband makes tons of super biased like male-oriented films. So it's just nice to get the other side.
That's right. That's right. That movie is great. So I
It is
encourage all of you
great.
to go on IMDb and rate it a 10 so that it's no longer underrated on IMDb.
Yeah, and well, I guess okay. So it got did pull it up on IMDb because I'm like, yeah, I don't remember it. It got some Critics' Choice Awards and stuff, and then uh, nothing from the Academy, I guess.
No, I feel like it probably, well, I mean, Nancy Meyers has had Academy films before too, but
Yeah,
I was just shocked. I was honestly trying to go through this and, you know, I could definitely say like every Marvel movie I feel is overrated. Avatar is overrated. But then I looked at this one and I thought, this actually feels very underrated. This one feels actually underrated to me. So
Excellent.
Wait, yes, underrated. I'm skipping
Under.
ahead to
Yeah, yeah,
overrated.
yeah. That's
Yes.
your under
Okay. Yes, this is
because
my under.
people don't walk around saying, "Oh, you've got to see it." Also, it's got one other. It's a cheat code that you actually had in Blue Moon, which is when you write a story with older people involved, you get the kind of acting.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing against wonderful younger actors like yourself,
Yeah.
but what people in their 60s and 70s bring as performers
Mm-hmm.
always gets me. And I'm like, why aren't people writing more roles for them? And I think we know the answer, but
I know, but really, like these movies, I do think that this movie did well commercially. Obviously, there were some big names attached, so that helps. But like, people will see these movies. I'm not anywhere near Meryl Streep's age, and I adore this movie. Like, it doesn't have to just be made for certain generations because when the story is good and the characters are good, you connect with them. It doesn't matter what their ages are.
absolutely, absolutely. It's funny. It makes me want to mention another one, but instead we'll go on to
Okay.
your your next question, which is a
Overrated.
film that is overrated. And you seem like such a lovely person. I almost want to give you my disclaimer on it, but I'll just let you go.
Okay. Well, like I misspoke earlier saying I think all the Marvel movies are overrated and Avatar, but that's fine. I think a lot of people agree. All right. May, December. I could not finish that movie. I love Julianne Moore. I love Natalie Portman. I thought that that movie was like a lifetime movie that somehow got nominated for the Oscars. I thought it was shot kind of weird. I didn't understand it. And so I think that that movie was overrated.
I didn't see it.
You're
And
not missing anything, except honestly, I did tell people to watch it because I said, so, I feel like there's a huge misstep here. And I do love look, sometimes you hate watch films. That's not really what this is because I was like, what is it? Like the story is interesting, the story is compelling, the actors are phenomenal. So what is it about this that I'm just not connecting with, that I feel so disconnected by? And I think it's the style of I think it's the choices of the filmmaker, of the director. And so I think that's an important thing to know if you're in this world, if you're a filmmaker, you have to you as much as you need to know why you like things, you need to know why you don't like things too.
yeah, yeah, and it's also and it's not a huge knock because it's Todd Haynes, right?
Yes.
And Todd Haynes has made so many great films.
Yeah.
But no one. There was a favorite quote of mine. I remember Rosie O'Donnell made that East of Eden film with Gary Marshall. It was his first film after Pretty Woman or something. I might be wrong about that,
Okay.
but it bombed, and it was a terrible movie. And she said, Gary, what happened? You make Pretty Woman with Julia Roberts. I make a movie with you, and it's a bomb. And he just went, they're not all winners. Like,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like you don't, every time you step up to plate, you're not always going to knock it out. Like,
And also good for you as a filmmaker for stretching yourself, for trying new ideas. Not everybody wants to be known as that guy who does the thing, right? But it was a missed opportunity for me and also underrated, overrated because it was nominated for stuff. And I was kind of like, I don't agree.
I'm nominated for an Oscar,
Nominated for an Oscar.
but
You know,
I'm not supposed to reveal. Yeah. So anyway, I don't, I used to joke about like, how do you know when someone's not relevant anymore? They finally get nominated for, which is
I
obviously not
mean,
true because Meryl Streep will be relevant
forever. But there is the
post
curse. There is the
when
Oscar curse.
this is a terrible joke, but when AI Meryl Streep continues to act after we've lost her, that might still be relevant if it's good. And I don't know if the AI Meryl will be as effervescent as she is. But anyway, last question.
Terrifying.
I know it's the worst subject to bring up.
She won't sign
Especially
away.
with
She will not
especially
sign
with a
away her
performer.
likeness. So watch Meryl while you can. That's all I have to say.
Agreed. All right. Well, the last question is a lesser known film for people to seek out.
Okay, I have two. I'm so sorry, Jeff. I have
You
two.
are no. Are you kidding? You are
I'll
allowed
be
to.
quick.
There's not the rules are not
Okay.
passionately enforced at all.
Okay, cool. All right. So my first one, which I feel like actually sort of got, there was word about it on more of like the indie in the indie world, in the filmmaker world, because it won the Palme d'Or the year that it was there at Cannes. It's The Triangle of Sadness. Have you seen Triangle of Sadness?
I haven't, and I was kind of dying to see it because it
Okay.
sounds so great. And I
Yeah,
forget why. Well, my excuse is always that I have like 800 films submitted to each festival that I have to
yeah.
watch.
You only have so much time in the day. It's true. But I love this film. It's a Swedish film and it's done in 3 parts and it really pushes the boundaries. It's cringy, it's comedic, it's dark, it's a parody, it's crude, and that's the whole point. And I feel like it really holds a mirror up to society, asking why we value certain things, why we put certain people on pedestals. There are these. Can you hear my? Can
No,
you hear? Okay.
then your Mike's doing a great job of just
Okay.
getting you.
Oh, great. There are these really gorgeous shots that are genius. There's brilliant acting. Woody Harrelson is in it. So he has a knack for picking some of these kind of more obscure foreign films and then he pops up and he makes it great. And I really feel like it breaks a lot of those filmmaker rules, which for me, kind of starting to now be on this side of things, I try to pay attention to because the rules are the rules for a reason, but also if you can break them and do it right, I think it's just like a moment of mad genius. And that's
That
what this movie is.
that has always been the case with art, right? Is the Picassos and the Moreaus and the other artists, they could do the traditional thing perfectly. They needed to have those skills before they could do something completely crazy and abstract.
That's right. You have
And
to have the foundation, but then when you know you can break it, then that's when the magic
yeah,
happens.
and then you know how to break it better or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have the tools. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. All right. Well, I've heard of it. I've wanted. Okay, then you just moved it up higher on my list.
Oh,
Maybe before I
good.
start a book, I'll make sure I watch it.
Oh, yeah. It is long. It's 2.5 hours, but it's long. And it's also it's a good test because like you were talking about earlier in this time where it feels like our attention spans are getting smaller and smaller. There are subtitles. Like you have to pay attention. You can't be on your phone and watch this film. So I think that's good. That's a good
You
thing.
shouldn't be on your phone with any film.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I need to pile on and agree with you too about Woody. Woody Harrelson, when he chooses something, he just honestly, I'll always think of that. Oh my God, Zombieland.
Yes.
Like when he is in something, it's because it's a little special. Because
Yeah.
he didn't need to work. He's I happen to know he invested well in the cannabis world. So,
That's right.
but anyway, but so yeah, when he just does stuff because it's good and interesting.
Yeah. I think he can be your marker for sure. For sure.
It's nice to have these markers. All right, well, but you have a second lesser known for people to seek out.
Yes. And this film was lesser known, which is crazy because I think it actually did pretty well. But when I ask people if they've heard of it or seen it, a lot of my circle has said no. It's a movie called Allied with Brad Pitt and Marion Cotillard. Have you heard of this movie?
No,
There
are
you
you
go.
serious? Those are two of the greatest people alive.
It's this is from IMDb. It's a 1942, a Canadian intelligence officer in North Africa encounters a female French resistance fighter on a deadly mission behind enemy lines. When they reunite in London, their relationship is tested by the pressures of war. Marion Cotillard should have been nominated for an Oscar for her performance because it's breathtaking. There is a scene where she is playing the piano and it's her and Brad Pitt and she turns to him and a tear trickles down her cheek. And I just sobbed. I sobbed watching this woman have one tear, which as an actor, that's always what you want. You don't want to cry. You want to make the audience cry. It's incredible. It's such a good film. And I'm shocked that more people don't know about it.
Ah, that jumped higher on the list too. Excellent.
And it's actually I think it's like a 7 on IMDb, which is pretty good.
That's actually huge because IMDb is so full of haters
It is.
that
Yes.
quality films are often in the 6 range anyway.
Yes.
It never seems to work with reality. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So check
Yeah.
it out.
All right. Well, actually, funny thing is, I have to mention a film. I don't always do this, but because of other things we've discussed, I don't know if you ever managed to catch "Let Them All Talk." That was that Steve. You had mentioned Steven Soderbergh before. I
Okay.
think. Might have been the last podcast. Might have been this one.
Yeah.
it's about three best friends who get on a cruise ship, and those best friends are Meryl Streep, Diane Wiest, and Candice Bergen.
Oh my gosh, how did I miss this movie?
And because it was HBO Max grabbed it and just made it exclusive and didn't release it in theaters.
Okay.
So it was streaming only on HBO Max, HBO Max exclusive. And needless to say, it's superb. And watching Meryl Streep and Diane Wiest and Candice Bergen actually be lifelong friends who have conflict. It's
giving me White Lotus season 3. Have you been watching White Lotus?
No, we wait till it's done so we can binge.
Oh, well, that's a smart move. I love watching it as it unfolds because I like to come up with my crazy theories. But there's a trio of women this season.
I'm looking forward to it.
Interesting. Okay, I'll check this out. I will let them all talk.
Based upon all the people you've mentioned, I'm like, okay, you definitely have to. Because, people don't. I don't know. I just loved it. And it's like we said, something that is a little slower paced, as long as it's engaging and you care about the people on the characters. Yeah. The characters are people to you, then it's great.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll check it out. Thank you, Jeff.
All right, well, excellent list. Excellent list. And I will be able to avoid May, December, thanks to you. But I got to make sure I see Triangle of Sadness and Allied because, I hadn't heard of Allied. My God. Yeah. And Brad Pitt's on my list.
Oh, is he now?
Well, that joke list with your spouse. I'm like, look, if you expect me to not go out to dinner with Brad Pitt if he asks me out, you're just wrong.
Then you don't know me.
I am going out to dinner, and if he invites me back to his place, I'm texting you, gonna be out late. Just gonna say. That's ridiculous. Okay, so anyway, all the clickable show links at the bottom of the show notes. There will be clickable links that Alex gave me last podcast. I won't make you repeat them. They're but it's for your podcast, Babes in Bookland.
Yes,
that people should check out. There will be a link to that. There will be a link to your website. There will be a link to the social media, as well as links to all the nonsense I'm involved in, which starts with this one. I think I forgot to say this last time, but like and subscribe to this podcast. Be kind. It's fun. We release 3 a week, and it might be shifting to 4 a week finally.
Wow.
Well, we're finally thanks to Karina, the producer. When it was all on me, I couldn't keep up with it.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah.
It's just, I'm just a very lazy person. I just wanted to have the fun conversations.
That's right.
So please like and subscribe and even write a review of the podcast if you have a minute. Just, it doesn't take that long to type wonderful 7 times.
That's right.
And if you want to learn more about the podcast, go to discoverindiefilm.com, and on social media, it's @DIFWins. If you want to learn about the nonprofit that runs 2 film festivals here in Los Angeles, it's discoverindiefilm.org. And it does not have its own social media because really does the nonprofit need that? Especially so I met Alex because in 2022, your film, Blue Moon, showed at Film Invasion Los Angeles. We hold that one every June, and June 2025 in 4 months is the 10th anniversary. I'm not panicking yet. We have some really cool stuff planned for the 10th anniversary, including a cool new trophy that I think I'm going to... Yeah, you're the first person to ever hear about the trophy besides the person who's going to help make them for us. But it's going to be rad, and I think we're going to name it. So it'll be like, you can win an Oscar, you can win a Tony, you can win an Emmy.
You can win an Alex.
The most important one will be you'll win a Poppy.
Oh, I do like that. That's
because
cute.
It's a thing of movie popcorn, but the popcorn will be gold.
I really like that's really cute. That's really cute.
Isn't that groovy? Yeah. Turns out a filmmaker we had at Sherman Oaks Film Festival last December makes fake food.
That's awesome.
And she was like, I can make popcorn. I'm like, wait a minute, can you make the popcorn gold? And then it can be like our statue that we present to Best in Fest on it.
Yes.
So that's, why did I bring up the Poppy? I don't know. Oh, because I was mentioning how Film Invasion LA is its 10th year. So If you want to learn more about that festival, go to filminvasionla.com. It's at Film Invasion LA on social media. The sister festival that we hold every December is Sherman Oaks Film Festival. You can learn about that if you go to ShermanOaksFilmFestival.com, and it's at Sherman Oaks FF on social media. And I said ShermanOaksFilmFestival.com, which it is, but if you want to save yourself typos, you can do ShermanOaksFF.com. That directs you. So, and Perfect. I should mention Film Invasions. Those are sister festivals, and the cousin festival, Film Invasion Lima, Peru. We're expanding to our neighbors to the south, which is kind of exciting. So that'll be in January 2026. And last and definitely not least, just go to indiechannel.tv. It's a website. You'll learn if you love indie film or just appreciate film at all. Because if you appreciate film, well, then when you start watching indies, you realize these are way better than I expected, and maybe better than the crap that a corporation with accountants and focus groups comes up with when they dumb everything down to make sure that as many people as possible enjoy it. And then if you actually like compelling, challenging stories, they're like, no, that's not profitable. So go to indiechannel.tv and check out the indie films there. In fact, there's even a free list for people to check out. There's like a little playlist, I think, of 7 films. It's like, watch these 7 for free, and if you like it, please subscribe. So
cool.
That is the Indie Channel, where people can see Blue Moon.
Yes.
Alex Frnka, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you, Jeff, for having me. This was really fun.
And thank you, everyone, for listening.